Hello everyone, what's happening? This is Forgo, and today we're going to talk about Mei Li, and as to whether or not this character is a good character to build or if she isn't. So let's take a look at her. So Mei Li, is a green defensive type. She does have the defense type fighter attack by 35% and decrease their damage received by 12%. So in essence, she's going to be weakening the other character while giving herself a self-attacking leadership, which is really good. You know, she does have some good, decent core effects. She got the 30% power charge rate, which is really good because she has a 5 PG card. She has a decreased 8% of strike skill damage. So when she's facing characters that have strike skills, she's going to take less damage from them. When attacked, she reflects 15% of the damage received for 5 seconds and decreases the attack power by 15% on a 20-second cooldown. This is pretty good. And then she has an increased attack equal to 35% defenses, which is great because she's a defensive character for 7 seconds upon landing an active skill. So you have to land the skill. Now the good thing about Mei Li is she does, as far as landing a skill, she does have a 100% chance to ignore the target's guard upon landing a successful attack. So as long as the character you're facing doesn't have super armor and you hit them, you'll get that core effect, you'll get the super armor, and you're going to ignore their guard, so then you're going to be able to go in some combos afterwards. She also gains super armor from this skill, and this is a wonderful skill because it can be used while being attacked. As long as you're standing and you're being attacked, you use this skill, you can interrupt their skills, pretty sweet. And then you have the third skill, which disables enemies' guard for 4 seconds upon landing a skill, which is useful. Now, if you look at something, this is something that isn't so great about Mei Li, and that's her cooldown. She has a 12.6 second cooldown here, 12.3 second cooldown here. This cooldown is really good, 10.3 seconds. So with max skill cooldown on your cards, which is going to decrease your cooldown by almost 4 seconds, you're going to have about 8.7 seconds around there. Then you're going to have about 8.4 seconds here. Those are some long cooldowns. And what you find with Mei Li is when you're fighting, at least not in PvE, but when you're fighting in Championship, you'll find that there's a lot of stalling. You're kind of running around waiting and waiting and waiting, and it kind of sucks because you're stalling for time. A lot of opponents that you face, what they'll do is they kind of poke around a lot of dodging. They'll kind of run around, and they just kind of wait and let the time run out a little bit because they know you have these long cooldowns, which really sucks. She does have a stun enemy for 3 seconds as a striker skill, which is great. And something else, I'm going to show you a small clip of PvP, and unfortunately she isn't awakened, which does put her at a disadvantage. You know, these days, if your character is not awakened and you're facing, you're fighting in Championship, it puts them at a disadvantage. You don't have as many weapons or tools to use against the other characters that they have against you, which really sucks. Core completely unlocked. And I have the Mr. Big set. Now we're going to run a little PvE first, and then we'll do a little infinite battle because I can't play League right now. And plus in League, you got to tag your characters in and out. It's really not a showcase of the actual character. And her Infinity is level 10, so that way I could get her all of her attack buffs, the rubies, get this critical damage buff, and so on and so on. So let's get out of here. And let's just jump into infinite battle first. Let me see here. League. Yeah, see in League it's just all balance type, so I can't fight there. We'll go in infinite battle. Here we go. We got Mei Li here. We got the Mr. Big set on her. Let's do it. Here we go. We'll just start it. Screw it. I mean, Mei Li's a good character, but there are some things in her. Her kit is good. I just wish her cooldowns were a little bit lower. If they were just a second lower, if that first and second skill was a little bit lower, it would be a lot better. You know, you also find with her animations that they really need to be a little bit faster. But here, she'll do good. So you start off that 2, 3rd, and there you go. Now we gotta wait for our cooldowns. We're gonna wait. Boom. There we go. Take him out. Boom. Okay, booyah. And she does really well here. She's good in this kind of game mode. Here we go. Come on. Get some. I actually canceled that a little early. Okay, we want to watch out. We want to watch out. Woo! Okay, come here. Whoa! Rochi Chris was just kind of standing there looking at me. I don't know what he was doing. Okay, Orochi. We'll back up. We'll hit our ultimate here. Pound on Orochi a little bit. Ooh, psycho. Booyah. Okay, get out of there. Whoa. Okay. And this is what I mean with the long cooldowns. It just kind of sucks. I mean, you can definitely make it work here. Obviously, old girl getting it done. I mean, she's a good character, you know. Something else, a little note. Whenever you're facing a championship, I would not run with the Mr. Big set. I would definitely run with the Ness set. And I'll explain why here in a sec. Let's get out of here. Just real quickly here. The reason you would want to run with the Nest set is because it's going to increase her attack by a large margin, but it's also going to give her a decreased damage received from the enemy with super armor and hyper armor. Right now in Championship, there's lots of characters that have super armor. You're going to see a lot of wrestlers, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch. You're going to see Jin Kazama in there, who has hyper armor. You're going to see the Sam Show characters in there, which also have hyper armor, namely Haomaru, Genjuro, Charlotte could be in there, who has super armor. And this will really help because Mei Li, even though she's a defensive character, when you're fighting the other characters, the other opponents, they really just stall a lot of freaking time. And what they do is they'll apply some bleed, apply some kind of effect to you. They kind of wait around a little bit. And if you have this decreased damage received, it just seems to help out a lot in Championship. Obviously in PvE, you don't need it. Or even in PvP and Infinite Battle. So we'll jump in here. And we'll go to Event Quest. And we'll take on this girl right here. Now, Mei Li's actually going to have the... Come on. Mei Li's actually going to have the type advantage because she is a green type. And she's going to have the type advantage against the yellow. Here we go. Come on. We're going to start with that 2. And then I go into that 3rd skill. And that works out really well because you ignore their guard with that 3rd skill. Come on, here we go. Let's go. I do love playing Mei Li. I think she's super, super fun. I mean, I enjoy her, man. Okay, so here, and this is really nice, and this is something that's nice about Mei Li. The fact that she has super armor on 2 different skills, you can pretty much just face tank old girl. Just like so, and just go to town. Boom. And it's pretty easy. I mean, she's a good character. So let's jump out of here. And let's talk a little bit about her animations. Cancel this. Get out of here. So here in Championship, you can see I have been playing Mei Li. And we're going to jump in here because here we can actually watch everything in real time. Okay, so I always start with that 2nd skill, go into that 3rd, and then go into the 1st skill. Now here's the thing that kind of sucks about her. 1, those long cooldowns on that 2nd and 1st skill, and her animations just need to be a little bit faster. There's little gaps in there where the opponent can dodge your attacks. And it really sucks. Like this third skill, when it spins, I mean, look at how long the spin takes. We'll wait a second here. We'll do the spin. That skill is good because it disables their guard for 4 seconds, but it is very tricky to time. So I always like to start with the second skill to get the ignore guard, break their guard, go into the third skill, and then I go into the first skill. Now, you could try to throw in her normies, and we'll do that right now. We'll try to throw in her normals and see what happens. So if you just do the second skill, try to throw in some normals, then go into the third skill, throw in some normals. If you notice, she missed on those normals, and that would be a moment where maybe they could escape your attack. And a lot of times when you do the second skill and then use your normals, you'll miss your third just like so. You see just a small hesitation and you will miss. Your timing has to be perfect. And in the heat of battle when you're facing an opponent, man, that can be extremely tough. So I don't even use her normal attacks even though I really like them, but they're just not that good. They're just, you know, kind of whatever. It kind of sucks actually. So we'll do the third skill, do a normal, and see, the normals missed. And that's the thing about her. Characters, your opponents can just dodge your attacks fairly easy because her animations are just, they're not fast enough. She has short range attacks. And this third skill, which is a good skill, is easy as hell to dodge. It's kind of, I mean, she just feels a bit incomplete. She needs some tweaking is what she needs. These cooldowns on the first and second skill need to be dropped by a good second, at least a minimum. Leave the third skill the way it is. Increase her animation speed by a little bit. Give her a little bit faster attack speed would be really nice. And then she would be a whole lot better. So I'm going to show you a PvP clip of what happens with her when you're fighting her in championship. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly what happens. Now I'm running the Nest set on melee right now because from all the testing that just seems to be the best set to go with in championship. I also use the Halloween set which increases your strike skill damage, but seriously she needs a little bit better survivability because look what happens. They're just kind of poking around. I'm waiting for my skills to get off cooldown. Okay, here we go. There we go. And see, now look at my cooldowns. I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay, now I can attack. She's going to bring up her super armor, apply a little bleed, we'll get out of there. And see, that's the awakening skill, and that's what I'm talking about, man. You know, not having that really does put you at a big disadvantage. With an awakened skill, she would have been better here, for sure. I'm just going to show this one clip so you all can see exactly what people are doing. Come on. I mean, it's just, and they're just stalling for time, and then boom, you know, you lose the fight, which really sucks. So let's just jump back in the game. So as you saw there, that's what people are doing in championship, and the fact that she's just so easy to dodge, that her animations just aren't fast enough, that she has them long cooldowns in the first and second skill, it really makes it very difficult to play melee in championship. However, in PvE, she's a great character. Imagine when she's awakened, having that super armor, she could actually prove to be useful on your green team as far as Hell's Dungeon, maybe do some things for you in Epic Quest. So all in all, a good character, but I definitely think needs some tweaks. So let me know how you're all feeling about melee, whether or not you agree with me. Does she need some tweaks, or do you think she's perfect just the way she is? So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.